Welcome back to our channel, Numisma Hub Coin Lovers. If you've ever thought that nickels aren't worth more than 5 cents, think again. Today, we're diving deep into the world of top 4. First up, the 1990 Jefferson nickel, a common-looking coin that could secretly be worth a fortune. That's right, this regular 5-cent coin from Denver might just be your golden ticket to unexpected wealth. Make sure to check your pocket change, because the 1990 nickel could make you rich overnight. The 1990 Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint and features the familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. On the reverse is Monticello, Jefferson's famous home, a design used from 1938 all the way through 2003, while millions of these coins were struck, approximately 598 million. To be exact, it's not the quantity that makes this coin valuable. It's the rare and unusual errors that have caught the attention of collectors and driven prices sky high in the coin market. The most valuable versions of the 1990 Jefferson nickel are the off-center strikes, double dies, and even coins missing the mint mark due to striking errors. One of the most shocking discoveries was a 1990 nickel struck on the wrong planchette, a coin that was mistakenly struck on a penny or foreign coin blank, making it smaller, thinner, or with a strange color. These types of errors are extremely rare and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. So, how much are we talking about? A regular 1990 Jefferson nickel in uncirculated condition might sell for a couple of dollars. But when a collector finds a rare error variety, that's when the real money kicks in. Recently, a 1990 Jefferson nickel with a major off-center strike sold for over $400, while a double die obverse version in high-grade condition fetched upwards of $1,200 at a professional coin auction. And that's just the beginning. What makes the 1990 nickels so appealing to collectors is not just the errors, but the challenge in finding them. These rare coins often go unnoticed in circulation because people assume all nickels are the same, but numismatists, coin experts, are constantly searching for hidden gems. And when they find a well-preserved error coin or high-grade example with full steps on Monticello, the prices skyrocket. Full steps nickels are especially valuable. And if you find a 1990 nickel with this designation in MS66 or MS67 grade, you are easily looking at a coin worth several $100s or more. Want to know if you have a treasure in your hands? Here's what to look for. First, examine the coin's surface under a magnifying glass. Look for unusual markings, doubling in the letters Liberty or In God We Trust. And most importantly, inspect the steps of Monticello for clarity. If all 5 or 6 steps are visible and unbroken, your coin might qualify as a full steps example. Also check for any signs of a misaligned die or off-center strike. These errors are what turn your pocket change into a jackpot. If you think you've found a rare or valuable 1990 nickel, don't rush to sell it just yet. Get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC Coins in slab-sealed holders, with official grades sell for significantly more than raw coins. Once graded, you can list it on eBay, heritage auctions, or contact coin dealers for a private sale. Believe it or not, collectors are willing to spend big money, sometimes over $2,000 for the right coin in top-tier condition with the right error. So, the next time you see a nickel dated 1990 with a D mint mark, don't just toss it in your change jar. Take a closer look. You could be holding a coin that's worth more than a week's salary. Jefferson nickels may be common, but the 1990 is proof that hidden treasures still exist in our pockets. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your change make you rich overnight. Next up, today's spotlight is on a simple 5-cent piece that could make you rich overnight, the 1964 Jefferson nickel. Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might have overlooked in your change jar could be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars today. The Jefferson nickel from 1964 may look ordinary to most people, but to collectors and dealers, it's a potential goldmine. What sets this coin apart is not just its age, but a combination of rare varieties, minting errors, and historical significance. In fact, some of these nickels have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at major auctions. Let's start with some basics. In 1964, the U.S. Mint struck over 2.8 billion Jefferson nickels, more than any other year before that. They were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. But what many people don't realize is that 1964 was the final year nickels featured, a date that wouldn't change for several years due to a coin shortage, making them more interesting historically. So, with over 2 billion produced, how can any 1964 Jefferson nickel be valuable? The answer lies in errors, special strike coins, and die varieties. Not all 1964 nickels are the same, and some rare ones can be worth up to $35,000 or more. One of the most sought-after versions is the 1964 SMS Special Mint Set Jefferson nickel. These coins were not released to the public and are extremely rare. The surfaces are satin-like, the edges are sharper, and they appear to be struck with higher pressure. Only a handful of these exist, and when they do show up, collectors go wild. The 1964 SMS Jefferson Nickel was unknown to the public until the 1990s when a small group surfaced from an estate connected to a former U.S. Mint official. Experts believe only about 20 to 50 examples of this coin are known to exist. One example, sold at auction for over $32,900. Apart from SMS coins, die varieties also increase value. One famous one is the 1964 D/D RPM repunched mint mark. This occurs when the D mint mark from the Denver Mint was punched more than once, slightly off, leaving a visible doubling effect under magnification. These RPM varieties can bring in hundreds of dollars depending on their condition. High-grade examples, especially in MS66 full steps or higher, can sell for $500 to $1,500 or more. And when combined with other features like toning or clean surfaces, the price jumps even higher. Now let's talk about the full steps designation. On the reverse side of the Jefferson nickel, Monticello Thomas Jefferson's estate has steps leading up to the entrance. If these steps are fully struck and show at least 5 or 6 distinct steps, collectors consider it a premium strike. A 1964 D Jefferson nickel graded MS66 with full steps can be extremely rare. According to PCG's professional coin grading service, these coins can easily bring in $5,000 to $15,000 depending on the strike quality and preservation. These are the types of nickels that change lives. One famous example is a 1964 D Jefferson nickel graded MS66 Plus FS, which sold for over $22,000 at auction. That's $22,000 for a coin worth just 5 cents on face value. Not bad for a pocket change find, right? But how do you know if your 1964 nickel is valuable? First, check for the mint mark D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia. Then, inspect the steps on Monticello. A coin with sharp full steps is always worth a closer look, especially if the coin has no major wear. Next, look for mint errors. Some 1964 nickels have off-center strikes, broad strikes, or even double dies. These errors were typically caused by mechanical failures during the minting process. Coins with these features can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially in high grades. Don't forget about proof-like surfaces. While proof coins weren't officially struck in 1964, a few business strike coins have extremely shiny, mirror-like finishes due to fresh dies being used. These are rare and collectible and can also fetch high prices in the market. If you're thinking of selling or buying a 1964 Jefferson nickel, make sure it's graded by a professional service, like PCG's or NGC. Grading not only authenticates your coin but also determines its true market value. Collectors pay a premium for certified coins, especially in high grades. Many people have found valuable nickels in pocket change, coin rolls, or old collections stored away for decades. If you have a jar of coins lying around, now might be the perfect time to dig through it and check for that elusive 1964 gem. The market for vintage US coins has been booming, and Jefferson nickels are starting to catch the attention of investors and collectors alike. With inflation rising, many see collectible coins as both a hobby and a safe haven investment, and the 1964 nickel is right at the center of that trend. So, if you're new to coin collecting, start by learning what to look for: mint marks, strike quality, error types, and die varieties. It's amazing how much knowledge can turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing payday. To recap, the 1964 Jefferson nickel could be your ticket to big money. Whether it's an ultra-rare SMS coin, a full steps mint state strike, or a dramatic error, these coins are highly collectible. Some are worth hundreds, others thousands, and a few can even push past $30,000. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next nickel be a golden treasure in disguise. Next up today, we're diving into the world of US coins and spotlighting one Jefferson nickel that could change your life overnight. We're talking about the 1977 Jefferson nickel. Yes, a simple 5-cent coin that might just be hiding in your change jar and could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Before you toss aside that old nickel, let's take a closer look. Most people don't realize that the Jefferson nickel series has some highly collectible dates, and the 1977 issue, in particular, has a few secret varieties and errors that are worth big money. If you're lucky enough to have the right one, you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. The Jefferson nickel has been minted since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse in Monticello, his Virginia home. On the reverse, the 1977 issue may look ordinary, but some examples are extraordinary in value due to mint errors, high-grade condition, and full steps on Monticello. Let's start with the basics. In 1977, Jefferson nickels were produced at 2 major U.S. mints. Philadelphia No Mint Mark and Denver D Mint Mark both produced hundreds of millions of coins. So most 1977 nickels in circulated condition are only worth face value. But that's not where the treasure lies. The true value in a 1977 Jefferson nickel lies in a few rare categories. 1. Minting errors. 2. High grade, proof-like coins. 3. Full steps designation. Let's break these down one by one and explore how much they're worth. First up, mint errors. These can include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, and even coins struck on the wrong metal. A 1977D nickel with a dramatic off-center strike has sold for over $150, while a double die obverse DDO from 1977 has reached prices near $500 depending on clarity. One of the most sought-after mint errors is the struck on a penny planchet error. This is when a nickel design is accidentally struck on a copper blank meant for a penny. A 1977D Jefferson nickel struck on a 3-point ungram copper planchette sold for $1,200 at auction. That's not 5 cents, that's $1,200. Next, let's talk about high-grade coins. Most nickels enter circulation and get scratched, worn, or damaged, but a few survive in pristine condition, rated MS66 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A 1977D nickel graded MS67 with full steps sold for a whopping $1,880. So, what are full steps? It refers to the steps of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. If all 5 or 6 steps are fully struck and unbroken, the coin gets a full steps FS designation. These are extremely rare because most nickels don't strike that clearly full steps. Coins can multiply the value of your coin dramatically. Finding a 1977P with full steps is even rarer than the Denver version. Fewer high-quality planchets were used at the Philadelphia Mint that year. One example of a 1977 PFS graded MS66 sold for $1,250. This shows how a little extra detail can make a huge difference in value. If your 1977 Jefferson nickel looks unusually shiny or reflective, check if it's a proof-like strike. While 1977 was not a proof coin year for circulation nickels, some coins struck with fresh dies can have proof-like surfaces. These rare pieces are highly collectible and can fetch upwards of $400, $400 if slabbed and verified. One incredible story involves a 1977D nickel in near-perfect condition with full steps that sold for over $2,000 on heritage auctions. Why? It had both luster and crisp strike detail rarely seen in this year. This proves the market is hot for these high-grade nickels. If you're wondering how to check if your coin has value, look closely at the steps on Monticello, check for any doubling on the lettering or numbers, and see if there's anything unusual in shape or color. We recommend using a 10x magnifier and comparing to known images online from PCGS and NGC databases. Don't forget, condition is everything. A beat-up 1977 nickel is worth 5 cents, but a gem-quality example can go for hundreds or thousands. Getting your coin graded professionally is key if you suspect you have a valuable one. PCGs and NGC are the top 2 trusted names in coin grading. Another tip: store your high-quality nickels in coin holders or slabs to prevent future wear and tear. Even minor scratches can downgrade your coin's value significantly. Keep your eyes open at garage sales, estate auctions, and old coin jars. You never know what treasure is waiting so far. The highest known auction price for a 1977 Jefferson nickel with full steps is $2,115. But experts believe that if a coin graded MS68 or better appears, it could easily cross the $5,000 mark. That's right, one small coin, one big payday. With inflation and increasing interest in collectible coins, demand for high-grade Jefferson nickels is rising fast. The 1977 issue is gaining attention from collectors because of its rarity and top condition and the number of eye-catching errors found over the years. If you think finding a valuable coin is impossible, think again. There are documented cases of people discovering valuable 1977 nickels in pocket change, bankrolls, and even in bags of junk silver or coin collections passed down from grandparents. To sum it up, if you have a 1977 Jefferson nickel with full steps, high grade, or a rare mint error, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Get it checked, get it graded, and don't underestimate your chance. Till next time, happy collecting, and may your next nickel be a golden treasure in disguise. Next up, you're about to discover how one rare 1998 Jefferson nickel, yet a coin minted just over 2 decades ago, can make you rich overnight. Let's dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1998 CP Jefferson nickel, the coin that has collectors scrambling and investors dreaming. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, but among the millions produced over the decades, a few rare gems stand out, and the 1998 CP Jefferson nickel is one of the most valuable ever discovered. Before we get into the astronomical values, let's break it down. What does CP mean? While there's no official CP mint mark used by the US Mint, some collector communities use CP as a shorthand when referencing unique coins with unusual characteristics, such as a clad planchette error or a coin struck on an planchet. In the case of the 1998 CP Jefferson nickel, we're dealing with a planchette error that resulted in a small number of nickels being struck on a clad dime planchette instead of the standard copper nickel planchette. This is a major error and a jackpot for collectors. These error coins weigh less than a standard Jefferson nickel and often appear off-center or understruck. The most valuable 1998 CP Jefferson nickels were authenticated by grading services like PCGs and NGC, giving them instant credibility and skyrocketing their value. One verified specimen of this era coin sold at auction for over $4,000 USD, turning a simple 5-cent piece into a small fortune. And here's the best part: many of these coins may still be out there, sitting in pocket change, drawers, or coin jars. Why is this coin so valuable? It's all about rarity. US Mint era coins like this are incredibly uncommon, and since 1998 nickels were produced in huge numbers, finding an era is like spotting a needle in a haystack. But that rarity drives the price up drastically. What makes this even more interesting is the unintentional minting process. The US Mint produces dimes, nickels, and other coins in succession. Occasionally leftover planchets from one denomination are accidentally fed into presses for another. That's what happened here, a dime planchette used for a nickel. How can you identify a 1998 CP era nickel? Start by checking the weight. A regular Jefferson nickel weighs 5.0 grams, but a 1998 CP struck on a dime planchette will weigh around 2.3 to 2.5 grams. That's less than half also. Look closely at the edges and rims of the coin. Many of these era coins have incomplete rims or are off-center because the smaller planchette doesn't align properly with the nickel die. These visual clues are crucial for spotting this treasure. Coin grading is everything in the world of rare coins. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A mint state MS coin with minimal scratches or wear can fetch 2 to 3 times more than one in circulated condition. A PCGS graded MS 671998 CP nickel would be a headline maker even. Coins with visible wear can command hundreds of dollars because, again, it's the era and rarity that give the coin its power, not just condition. If you spot one of these, do not clean it, as that could reduce its value dramatically. Collectors and dealers around the world are willing to pay top dollar for verified era coins. Online marketplaces like eBay, auction houses like Heritage Auctions, and private numismatic collectors are constantly on the lookout for examples like the 1998 CP nickel. So where can you find one? Believe it or not, your pocket change is a good place to start. Also check coin rolls from banks, especially nickel rolls. People unknowingly deposit rare coins all the time. Another tip: attend local coin shows or visit coin dealers. Sometimes dealers are unaware of these rare eras or misidentify them. Being educated could give you an edge and help you spot a high value nickel sitting in a bargain bin. This coin is also a great reminder of how mistakes at the mint can become gold mines for collectors. Unlike perfect mint strikes, era coins are unique, and their values only increase as more people hunt them down. The 1998 CP Jefferson nickel is considered a modern rarity, a coin minted in recent decades that now commands impressive value. That's a powerful statement in the numismatic world where older often means more valuable. If you're lucky enough to find one of these coins, get it authenticated immediately by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Without authentication, your coin might not bring in its full market value. You should also keep an eye on recent auction trends. Some 1998 CP nickels are now being snapped up by private collectors, which drives demand even higher. As supply tightens, even average coins can sell for premium prices. So yes, this tiny 5-cent coin could literally change your life overnight. It's not a fantasy, it's a proven fact. With real sales and real collectors willing to pay thousands of dollars for these mistakes. So next time you check your spare change or open a roll of nickels, remember the 1998 CP Jefferson nickel might just be your golden ticket. Like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin treasures, and who knows, your coin could be the next one to make headlines. Music fades out, text on screen. Check your change and never underestimate a nickel.